Mark, 12 hours isn't very long to chew over a result. How have you reflected on last night, first of all?
It's a level of performance that was unacceptable and very unlike this group. Simple as that. As good as we were Saturday, we were poor second half yesterday. But we've just gone through with the group there, and goals change games. We've gifted them a goal after 3 minutes. We've given them a second goal 4 minutes in the second half, and has a huge impact.
Do you think that was a bit of a freak performance then?
We had a bad result at Tynecastle, and from that moment on the next 4 games, we get second in the league. We had a bad result last night. If it's a bad performance once every 8, then we have to improve that. But the fact is we've had a good run of games, a good level of performance, consistent level of performance, and last night fell below it, plain and simple. So as with the last time, you put your hand up and say unacceptable, must be better.
At home, the team's record has been nearly impeccable, and I know we've talked at length about that. Away from home, last season, the teams around you that were challenging you, Falkirk and Hibs, you lost away to them both twice. This season, you've lost twice at Hearts, at Aberdeen, at Celtic. What do you think the problem is with big games going to these places?
There is a problem with big games. I don't see it as a big problem. We went to Aberdeen, I felt dominated and should have won the game. You know, we've gone to all these various other Inverness, Partick, Dundee, Motherwell, where we've gone to, we won games of football very convincingly. The Parkhead game is well documented. Hearts, we had 2 bad performances. It's as simple as that. And we then played the same teams at Ibrox and were very convincing in what we did. So that's football. What we have to do is learn. Everyone's human. We make mistakes. We have bad days at the office, to use for want of a better term. But we have to learn from that. That's what we do just now, is look at the game last night. It's too easy. You can't sweep it under the carpet. Far too easy to say, we play Ross County Saturday, 3 o'clock, chance to redeem yourself. Of course it is. That's the nature, that's the beauty of football. But the fact of the matter is, you don't sweep it under the carpet. You look at it, you ask some blunt questions, you have to get better for it, plain and simple.
Do you think though, why do you think then that you're not getting the results away from home against the better teams?
It's about who you play. Whether you play the top of the table or the bottom of the table, it's 3 points. I've said many times, you don't get 5 for beating someone and 2 for beating someone else. It's always 3 points. So the fact that we're sitting second on the table tells you we're doing some things okay. We have to improve, of course we do. But the fact is the team's growing and we're learning. But it's about beating whoever you play. And as I say, there's no difference in points. It's 3 points for win, 1 for a draw. Wherever you're playing, whoever you're playing, and that's a key focus for us.
So you're confident there's no mental issue with the players?
Mental issue in what respect?
In terms of going to these grounds after what's happened?
Do you mean are we worried about going to those grounds? No, not at all. Absolutely not. I don't understand that question one iota.
Do you think you have to be, perhaps, and James Tavernier said when he was in a couple of minutes ago, asked him the same question, do you think you have to be more pragmatic away from home?
In what way?
Maybe not cautious, but in terms of the way that the players approach one of these places. I mean, everyone knows that Tynecastle's a difficult place to go, Pittodrie is a difficult place to go and get a result.
Tynecastle's a difficult place to go. So we go there and a free kick is given 3 minutes into the game. Don't think it's a free kick. Don't think we can't talk to Clint. I don't think it's a free kick. Switch on. We've gifted them a goal. Lose a header in our box. 3 men in the width of our goal, and we give a goal away. We get in a half time, having played poorly for half an hour, finish a half strongly, get the equaliser. Should have gone 2-1 up. And we're confident at half time. We talk about what we have to do, and we can see the goal 4 minutes in. Simple as that. So pragmatic in terms of we're playing well after that first break. We go into half time and we have our game plan. Goals change games, and we have to respond to it. What could we do better? Possibly respond to conceding. That's the point we just spoke about upstairs. So if you think about Motherwell, whether it's a goal or an incident, a man being sent off, for the next 5 or 6 minutes, we lost our composure somewhat. Got it back quickly, and all credit to the players for that. But we have to recognise that negative incidents, how do we respond, and can we be immediately better?
This result came just after the end of the transfer window. I think a lot of the fans suggest they're not happy that maybe the defence wasn't strengthened. When you look at your team, are you happy with what you have? There's not problems in there.
You can look at certain areas. You can say last night we conceded 4 goals. We need defenders, we need strikers, whatever you want to say. The fact is we're second at the table. We've had a good run of form. We had 1 defeat since the last Hearts game, and the squad's been in good shape, and certain individuals have delivered very convincing performances. So I understand the fans, but again, it's you're looking at your squad and the shape of your squad. Last night is disappointing, absolutely, and fans are going to quite rightly react negatively and pessimistically to that type of result. But what we have to do now, going back to is go to Ibrox on Saturday, welcome Ross County, and deliver a commanded performance. That's what we need to do.
Okay. Will you be making big changes to the team because of last night? Are you going to stick with the guys?
No, that's our squad. So, as I say, everyone's about that at the office.